Mars has just entered Scorpio, and if you're curious, y'all, this is like a power up, level up energy here. Scorpio is Mars' natal ruler in traditional astrology, or Mars is Scorpio's natal ruler in traditional astrology. So it's like astrology. Can't talk today, shameless squad. But this is something where it's like level up, power up energy, moving forward, taking action. Scorpio is comfortable here. So we're going to talk a little bit about how these energies are playing out for you based on your rising sign, boo, or based on where you have Scorpio in your chart specifically here. We're going to get into the sexual energies of this because Scorpio is a sexual sign here, as well as Mars is your aggression, your libido, how you move forward, how you make decisions, and how you take action here. Overall, shameless squad. When it comes to Scorpio, I want to talk about this energy specifically. I am recording this on Wednesday, September 24th, and I want to read you my astrology shorts of today because if you don't follow me or subscribe to my shorts or whatever, look at them every single day. I've got more coming up. I might cancel them soon because I'm not really getting a lot of support from the channel here on that. So that just might be something I release, let go. So definitely your views, your likes, your comments, everything like that does support me. But this is something that I might cut out too, with Scorpio and Mars also being the god of cutting, ending, and severing here. But this is today, September 24th. I want to read you this message here because with Scorpionic energy and Mars, this is making a decision, and Scorpio is about secrets that could be revealed here. Mars conjuncts the moon in its fallen sign of Scorpio. Venus sextiles it, which is love and money. Pluto squares it, and Mars asks you, what do you need to move forward with healing your psyche, harsh relationships, secrets, money stories, occult mysteries, and what do you need to get moving on and take action for? Venus is bringing you a flow of energy from coworkers, colleagues, sixth house energy, but Pluto is also clashing and creating some chaotic, unnecessary aggression, argument, manipulation, or secret abusive factors. The self-care tip was focus on healthy versus unhealthy relationships at this time and use healthy ways to communicate how you've been hurt and look for opportunities to help you solve problems with work, family, love, or friendships here. Shameless squad. Literally today when I'm recording this, we have that Mars square Pluto and Scorpio energy. So it's like the clash of the underworld. You know, Pluto is Scorpio's modern day ruler here, and Mars is Scorpio's traditional ruler here. And Pluto and Aquarius, Scorpio are both of them in Mars in fixed signs. This is like stubborn energy. So you may feel like some chaos over the next couple days or some fights here overall, but this is something to pay attention to and to be mindful of secrets revealed here. How can you manage conflict here? And also like different types of power dynamics playing out in work, sex, love, relationships that maybe need to be released here, but also people be getting exposed. This Pluto retrograde and receipts are receipting during this time here. So anyway, that's my shameless tangent for all of you. What up? Isn't this like a fun little Scorpio dress here too? It is brand new. I am shamelessly sexy, Jackie Boo. If you're new to the channel, I need you to smash the subscribe button, turn the notification bells on. Would love to have you here for more content that I have in store. Excuse me, I got a new microphone. Just trying to make sure that it works well and that y'all can hear me, all the damn things. But I am a spiritual entrepreneur. I am an astrologer. I am a psychic. I'm a medium. I am a sexual energy healer. I'm a Reiki master, and I came up with the world's first ever astrosex 1 and 2 programs of courses, coaching, consulting calls, and community. We start in 2026. So if you're excited about that, I've got 8 spots left for a giant discount. It is over 5 figures here. Go to stayshameless.com/astrosex or hit the description box where it says more to read and learn a little bit more about how that could help you in regards of healing different relational blockages, sexual blockages here overall, or even shadows, because Mars and Scorpio, that is shadow work. And we're going into the darker parts of the year and the month here where we can take some time to heal and work on some of these things. We do start in 2026 though, so definitely book your private consultation to get signed up today and to take advantage of this huge discount that will not be happening again, shameless squad. So let's discuss some of these energies in this video. I want to talk about Scorpionic energy. I want to talk about Mars, and I want to talk to you a little bit about sexual energy in astrology and how that could be showing up for you, be it if you're single, you're in relationships, or you have partnerships, whatever. We're going to discuss that, and then we'll also just talk about the general information of how this is affecting you over the next 6 weeks or so. So when Mars is in Scorpio, okay? I know the transits recently have been kind of difficult. We've been going through eclipse season. How are y'all doing after that? You'll have to let me know. And I know that we haven't haven't really had this time to like move forward and manifest some things here, but I do like that Mars is in Scorpio because we're going to get a little bit more of a boost of energy. Mars was at its detriment in Libra, which is like we're sludging through the mud. Maybe workouts didn't feel as good. Maybe I can't make decisions. That's even harder. Maybe I didn't get as much done at work or at home or my dates or even with my sexual connections or committed partnerships or relationships. So we'll kind of talk about how this is playing out for you. Scorpio energy here overall, it is a water sign energy. It is emotional. And Scorpio energy, a lot of people say they're so mysterious, blah, 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 eighth house energy. And it's also like, well, no, they just kind of watch and see what happens. They're kind of lurkers and they do remember shit that goes down. So they are stubborn, fixed sign energy. I've got Scorpio on my chart. So I know. And this is one of those things to just be mindful of. Pluto is their modern day ruler, which is honestly really harsh energy. It is like also known as Hades. It is, Pluto actually kidnapped Persephone, however you describe it here overall, in order to like make sure she stayed with him. So it's very dark energy. It's very shadow energy. It's harsh energy. It's rough energy. And so with us going from Libra season into the gates of Scorpio season soon, it's one of these things to be very mindful of those energies. At Scorpio, at its fall, can be very manipulative and abusive, emotional manipulation too, lying to get what they want, knowing how to kind of play people here and try to confuse them or even say things that they don't mean or they got. Like they get caught in a lie here. Maybe you're watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. My partner loves that show. He's a Scorpio rising, yo. You got. So maybe someone here is getting got, but Pluto's retrograde. So I insist that you don't F around and find out with these energies. Scorpio at its highest can be very caring, can be very much so someone who loves to really get to know people at that deep divey, emotional, like vulnerable level here. Of course, they don't always like sharing first, but when they do, it's kind of nice to be able to really connect with them. They're great at holding space for other people as well. And there's someone's, Scorpios that like really do well with showing other people like how to take their power back, how to alchemize energy, and really how to manifest lots of beautiful things, which I do love. And offering for those of you that are in my Shameless community in my state, if you know, you know, if you don't, that's cool. I am offering a astrology manifestation workshop. The best dates to specifically what's I gonna say? Manifest and use the astrology of 2026 to manifest success, good fortune, money, luck, sales, clients. So if you're a business owner, honey, you don't want to miss this out. Write that shit off on your taxes, okay? But it's gonna be during Scorpio season, October 23rd. Go to stayshameless.com or reach out to me if you're not on the newsletter too, boo. That's another shameless plug that I have in store, and I specifically did that during Scorpio season because Scorpio wants to learn about all these different hidden mysteries and occult wisdom. And, millionaires believe in astrology, billionaires use the astrology rather than let the astrology use them. So if you want to be wildly successful potentially in 2026 just by using these tips and tricks that I have for you, then definitely sign up for that workshop. If you are across seas or across states or across countries, lines across the world, and you're interested in that, drop me a comment down below. Let me know. I've been considering whether or not to run that workshop for a couple hours online here or sell it as a mini course specifically. So yes. Now, let's talk a little bit about Mars and Scorpio. Mars does well in Scorpio. Scorpio also rules the genitals here, the sex organ specifically. So pay attention to that too during this time. Mars is aggression, it's action, it's decision-making mode specifically, and Scorpio's comfortable here. So just pay attention to some of these key themes here overall when it comes to the next 6 weeks. Like I said, we're going to pull from my sexual self-care oracle deck, the mini one, the baby. Ooh, one card's on the table. Dirty talk. As I said, the mini one. Consent, sex, dirty talk, turn-ons, new message could be coming in for some of you or whispering into your ears here, but we're going to use the baby one when it comes to all 12 signs. And then we're going to shuffle out one card from, I don't know what that deck's called, the Witch's Oracle. deck, something. I don't know, but it's cute. It's Halloweeny. It's fall, y'all. So we're getting into those decks here on my channel. Another shameless plug is consider being a member on my channel here. It costs you $12.99 a month. You get all the access first to certain different videos for the collective readings here specifically, including this. Shout out to Barb for being the first member on the channel here. I appreciate you, boom, mwah. And make sure that you're just keeping up to date with the astrology. I get like $7 after the videos, everything like that. So if you love the content in store, then I definitely highly encourage you to join the membership, support me, support your girl, and thank you all for your cash apps, your donations, everything like that too. If you would like to be able to donate to me and give energy back for this energy exchange here, I would greatly appreciate it too. All that info is in the description box below, and I'm also going to change my name on here so you know. Alrighty, Shameless Squad. So we got that Cash App down there in case you want to donate to me. I would greatly appreciate it. As many of you know, this is my only stream of income here. So shamelessly plugging myself here. Not gonna block any blessings, potentially with donations, tips, but thank you all who have donated and tipped to me directly and not just to the channel so I can keep 100% of those proceeds going back to me as a business owner. So I'm gonna share my screen with you. I'm gonna show you the chart a little bit here and then we'll go into all the rising sign fortunes. One of the things right off the bat, you're going to want to know where Scorpio Mars is at in your birth chart. If you're using whole sign houses, then it'll be a whole house. If you're using Placidus, that will change based on your rising sign. That will be more accurate here. I'm going to be giving general readings based on the whole sign house system because I'm not looking at your personal one-to-one birth chart. And that is why this is a general read. Thank you all, by the way, for booking readings with me. And I will be out for a couple weeks here overall. So definitely keep booking or reach out to me at stayshameless.com if you want to be able to book your reading right away or get on the newsletter. Hop on there. Shameless Jackie is at my email. So everything along those lines. If you want to connect, read my most recent blog and you will find my email in there at stayshameless.com. Okay. But that is one of the most important things. Always get your personal birth chart reads done because that is going to be most accurate. Thank you all for the psychic tarot readings too that you've been booking with me. I appreciate you and your support here as well. So let's share the screen. Let's show you the chart here. Hopefully, it'll just show you the whole thing. Okay, so Shameless Squad, let's discuss this specifically. This is the chart overall when it comes to this. So we have, okay, Scorpio, obviously, this is today, right? It's because this is today's date. I don't want to do that. I want to do like the vanishing pen here. No, I don't know how to do it. Oh, no, do it. Okay, whatever. We'll have to figure it out. So, okay, cute. We are learning stuff, Shameless Squad. Yay. Okay, anywho, boo. We will make sure that we vanish now. So, we obviously have Scorpio, eighth house energy. For a lot of people, when Mars is in Scorpio, this is really looking at occult wisdom, knowledge, secrets of sexuality, psychology, mystery, occult wisdom, Reiki, astrology, mediumship, tarot, crystals, ruins, talking to the dead. This is like dead people, inheritances, and wills here too. This is also your tax rebates, your loans, other people's money here as well. So we love that, right? So just pay attention to some of these scenes. There may be some debt or something that you're cutting off when it comes to money here, or there could also be themes of death when it comes to Scorpio within the eighth house here specifically. There could also be, you could be hearing of a lot of secret hookups, sexual, relational in nature here as well too, because that is literally Mars and Scorpio type of sign and energy here overall. So I'm going to pull the wheel forward here. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so then you don't have to see me do all the things and goof it up. So hold up. Alrighty, we are going to reshare the screen here. Let's discuss. Let's start with you, Scorpios, okay? So Scorpios, sun, moon, rising sign. How are you doing, my loves? Mars is going through, obviously, your first house of self-expression, the body, identity, how you show up in this world. So is there something that you're going to be taking action on when it comes to your body? Is there going to be something that you're expressing yourself differently through hair, makeup, clothing? Are you exploring your sexuality a little bit more in your identity here? Are you you exploring with Lilith here too, any shadows of fears, worries, sexual performance anxiety, things of that nature, or even self-sabotage here. This is the house of the self. Mars wants to show you something here about yourself overall and have it really be illuminated. Specifically, when it comes to first house and your an astrosex identity overall, this is the sexually driven energy, which is your sexually driven initiative. You thrive in partnerships where mutual passion and independence can coexist. Channel your bold energy into dynamic, adventurous relationships without rushing into impulsive decisions. Be mindful of how your intensities might also push other people a little too hard with this. So that's something to really take into account and consideration here, especially when it comes to Mars going through your first house. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, cool. But that is something to really pay attention to during this time of how are you pushing people away? How are you showing up right now with yourself here? How are you making sure you're making the best decisions moving forward, sexually, relationally, in your expression, in your body here too? This is something where Mars wants to push you forward in the next 6 weeks into some new beginnings and changes here. I think you're going to like them. I think you're going to enjoy them overall. So yeah, let's shuffle out the sexual self-care message for you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Aromatherapy. So for a lot of you, this could be really good to get grounded, have a nice little bath here, maybe use essential oils, but kind of change up your sexual self-care routine. This card is essential oils for libido, getting creative sprays, diffusers, salt baths here. If you're in Minnesota, I make those. So if you want any info on that specifically, definitely reach out to me. Most important message for Scorpios. Okay. This car is spinning and it went to the upright. So we have Seven of Swords. Careful about someone being sneaky behind your back, around your energy. Like I said, this is like a secret or someone working in stealth mode here. I feel like for you, Scorpios, this could be you or your energy, but I also think you have to like watch out for F around and find out type of vibes too. Nine of Pentacles. For a lot of you, this is about your money, a wish that you wish could be fulfilled here. And this could also be, like I said, spirits trying to shine a light on something, Leo energy overall. And the moon card. Pay attention to the next full moon here. Could also be a Pisces, but again, this is like the shadowy parts of ourselves that we don't always like to look at. Yeah, Three of Swords. For some of you, this might be heartbreak. For some of you, you need to be working on your healing here about your expression or your identity of yourself. And Two of Swords, you may just be like, nope, not doing it. I'm blocking myself out from the world. And Spirit doesn't want that during this time here. A lot of you are like projecting or like saving up your money, being afraid or worried about this here. And I feel like there's some blockages there. You will come out of this. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. There is a gift that's showing up for you, Scorpios, okay? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like this video, hype it too, do all the things, yo. It's completely free to you. Drop a comment down below too. Consider joining the channel and being a member as well. And yeah, Scorpios, I would love to know how this is playing out for you. So how are you going to be using these energies? Are you starting something new within yourself here? Let me know. Love you, Scorpios. Sagittarius, let me tell you about the sexual energy specifically. So um, when we have Mars in the 12th house is hidden. It's the subconscious, it's the psyche, it's mental health, it's hospitals, it's prisons, it's self-undoing. And at its highest, it is spiritually aligned, spiritually enlightened here. With sexual energies, this is like sexual surrender. So I'm going to read this for you, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. You may sexually surrender to intimate experiences, hidden desires, and passions that you may or may not want to. You could find yourself struggling to sexually express yourself or repress your emotions or even sexuality. And that is so on point with this. Um, Be careful of any paranoia and be sure to heal any past wounds and open yourself up to trust in relationships. So, right now, a lot of you are being called to, trust at this time here, specifically Sagittarius, with Mars ruling the 12th house here and with it making such a close conjunction, with the moon at the beginning of this. This is opening up about your feelings, your emotions, your mother wounds, certain types of things. Are you going to take action on some sort of, occult wisdom here or mystery specifically? specifically about spiritual enlightenment here, 12th house, or your mental health, or some type of far off distance shore travel? Are you going to be working on your fears and your psyche here, specifically when it comes to Lilith and your dark feminine energy or the dark shadows that we don't like to look at here? There could be some subconscious or psychic hits and downloads with all of this energy specifically. Pay attention to your sleep and dreams. I'm seeing like you being potentially very restless with Mars in the 12th house here. So nighttime could be important for you to make sure you're getting enough sleep here overall. But this is also making sure that you don't subconsciously self-sabotage in your sex life, your actions, your decisions, as how they may involve other people too, specifically in the 12th house here. This is the house where we can kind of play ourselves, and we don't want to do that with Mars and Scorpio here. So make sure that you're setting and holding boundaries during this time, getting your rest too, but also working on your mindset and mental health. Sagittarius is like the best advice that I can give to you when Mars is moving through the 12th house here. This may also be you taking action towards some sort of spiritual community. I don't know why. They're like kind of spiritual community with Scorpio energy, but more so occult mysticism here. Mystics, the creatives overall. 12th house is very creative, potent energy. Maybe you're writing poetry, you're doing some of those things here. But I feel like you need to be able to take some time for yourself. Yeah. It's okay. Let me show you the cards here. I'm going to stop the share. Hold on. So we shuffled out the sexual self-care deck and I said time for some selves and writing erotica. And then you got masturbationes. Okay. So a lot of you could be learning about your body more during this time. You could be 61 or 36, but like even doing things with more foreplay or romance fantasies, novels here too. So I really like that for you, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. One card, please, and then we'll shuffle. Ace of Cups. There could be some hidden agenda, secret lover. 12th house is also secret romance affairs here overall, connections. Ace of Cups can be that. It can be love. It can also be that like spiritual community in a sense as well. Four of Swords in the reverse. But I mentioned that you're restless and your sleep is going to be very important for you to work on during this time. The Fool card. Otherwise, you might crash and burn, fall flat on your face here and feel really frustrated or even maybe lash out potentially at an Aquarius. Very interesting. You and Scorpio, when I cut the deck, have the Three of Swords. I could be talking to a cusper, or you're kind of maybe going through some sort of heartbreak time or just hard times, and maybe need to journal here about things from the past because something's holding you back. I don't know if this is a past ex. I don't know if this is a past person here in your life, but Spirit's like you need to move on and move forward. Yeah, and get out of chaotic groups and energies. Five of Swords in the reverse here. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like this video, hype this video. Drop me a comment. It is completely free to you, boo. I would appreciate that when you do. Consider becoming a member on the channel here. I would absolutely love to have you and have you get content sooner and support me as I do all these videos too. So thank you, Sagittarius, for all your likes and subscribes and your donations here. I am so grateful to you overall. Capricorns, what up, Cappies? It's us. I'm a Cap Rising. Let's talk about this, babies. Take a sip, stay hydrated, okay? Not that you're going to be dehydrated with Mars and Scorpio, but like Capricorns, Mars is where you are exalted here, okay? Meaning Capricorn Mars is at its exaltation. It does the best in your sign here. So maybe you're working out a lot. Maybe you do need to like, stay hydrated specifically. Or, if you're going out and about with friends and whatever, right? Because this is in your 11th house, stay hydrated, okay? Especially with it squaring Pluto and what's going on in like your face, your mouth right away, specifically with the second house energy. So, Capricorns, Mars is going through the 11th house here. This is your social groups, your friends, your gatherings, your relationships. This is communities as well. This is also the house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. Benefits from the 11th house come from the 10th here. So, I feel like this is definitely a career story for you specifically moving forward here. How are you going to take actions on your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your goals? With Mars and Scorpio, I feel like you're going to get a lot done over the next 6 weeks when it comes to putting yourself out there, promoting yourself in a community, getting even like some star-like quality to you, or stepping into a destined role or opportunity that might be a secret here. Moon here, you may not know it, or Lilith, like things are kind of cooking in the background specifically, and Scorpio loves those those secrets. You might also have like a hookup with somebody, like potentially with somebody that is a friend, if you are single out there, or for others of you in long-term commitments. Again, this could be like hooking up and like being like getting some spark back into your relationship here. If sex has kind of been off the table, this could be really good for group dates, group outings, having fun, moving forward on that, while you also balance like your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes, because we are in Libra season, which is all about balance here, okay? The sexual energy for you out of my astrosex deck here is friends with benefits. Okay. So you might meet sexual partners through a community. You could have lots of friends with benefits, or even a group of friends, or even group sex for some of you. Your friends can easily turn into sexually intimate partners or even romantic connections. Since you bring a lot of emotional energy to the circles, people will tend to be attracted to you. So be open to who you might connect with during this time. And I would also say this is something where if there's any bullshit, I'm hearing someone saying, like, nope, I'm going to cut it off right away, because Mars is also cutting, ending, and severing. So it's kind of like if you've had a friend who has turned into something more with dating or sex or something like that, and they're not like telling you their true feelings, I feel like you're going to be like, nope, cutting it off. I'm over it. Like, I just want to move forward here and on to the next one kind of energy for some of you specifically. A lot of you are definitely going to be moving forward with goals, but I feel like a personal goals for some of you right now during this time, Capricorn, could be like nurturing yourself a little bit more and doing things that just feel good, with Scorpio being a water sign in your 11th house of, friends, communities, relationships with people with long-term goals and dreams. So it's about finding like-minded community during this time that really want to do these similar things around you, or people around you that want to get you closer to hopes, wishes, and dreams. Let's shuffle out the sexual self-care deck, see what Capricorns. Ooh, that one popped out right away. Ooh, we got some personal lube. So funny, I mentioned water here. Lube it up, okay? It enhances pleasure, increases chances of O, and I always talk about this too. When thinking about buying certain types of personal lube, think about the purpose, places, pleasure, play, price here. And yes, overall energy discernment is at the bottom of the deck here. You have the keys to success. You may be spiritually working with keys, rituals during this time. This is also discerning who is ready to be with you and who is not ready to be with you, and your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and also who you want to start, stop, and keep having sex with too. So I love that that's coming out specifically for you. As I mentioned, you might be cutting someone off, especially if it's just like, yeah, no, like we're over this. Like, you've been dicking me around for too long. I'm just kind of picking up on that energy, Capricorns, and I'm hearing like, boy, bye. Okay, so I don't know who that's for. You'll have to let me know in the comments below. Let's see the tarot. What do Capricorns need to know with Mars and Scorpio? Mars and Scorpio, please, Capricorn. Ooh, you're trusting your effing intuition. Okay, Capricorns, I really love this for you because you are this sage-like wisdom. This is also your sibling sign, Cancer. So, High Priestess is Cancer energy in the tarot. You may be inclined to watch Cancer's horoscope, especially if you have it in your chart, if you've got that mommy daddy access like me, boo. I feel like right now you may be inclined to really book a psychic tarot reading with someone, and really explore certain things about what is it I need to know all around about my community, my hopes, my dreams, my wishes, my career, and really have that holistic kind of tarot reading here to get some guidance. You might be seeking this out here very soon. Some of you might also be focusing in on these spiritual communities with more people, mastering your craft, or people that you just want to talk tarot with, or people that you just want to connect with, or people that you want to talk about things and you don't have to say this is so woo-woo. Like, no, you're psychic, right? Okay. I'm an empath. No, you're psychic, bitch. Okay. Like, I'm an intuitive. No, you're psychic, bitch. Step into it and claim those fucking powers, right? So, okay, I'm sassy. I feel like I'm channeling someone's guy who's like, no, you're fucking this, bitch. And black cats in the tarot typically like symbolize people don't care like what people think of them, because a lot of, misrepresentation of black cats are like, um, oh, they're superstitious, blah, blah, blah. But other cultures, worldly cultures, actually see them as a sign of luck and good fortune and success. So I feel like whatever dreams you are wishing are coming true, you're kind of holding them close to your chest. But I also feel like you're connecting with like-minded souls that just get you spiritually. And I love it. Yes, Knight of Swords. Yes. And you will be connecting with these people and talking to them very soon. There's an opportunity to move forward on hope, dreams, wish, goal. Could be coming from a Cancer or an air sign. That is your 11th house, which is Aquarius Aquarius's house naturally, but Aquarius, Gemini, Libra here. We are in Libra season. So congratulations, Cappies. Woo! Success guaranteed. Shimmy, shimmy. What? How's it doing now? Yeah, Ten of Cups in the reverse. Because maybe things have not been so happy in a long time. And I feel like you're finally getting this recognition, these accolades, the success. I'm hearing like worthiness or people seeing you after like God, I'm pouring my heart into this stuff and Ten of Cups in the reverse. Do people even care? Do people even are they even happy when I do this stuff? Do people even give a shit or give a fuck? Yeah. And Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You're kind of dropping limitations where things like held you back here. And I feel like this is something where you are going to be receiving lots of recognition and you're coming out of any anxiety here. So and Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Let me know it resonates. You definitely got some choices. Two of Wands coming here. In the comments below, like, subscribe, help the channel grow. Thank you for all your donations. Mwah! You are literally one of the most generous signs on my channel here, so I appreciate you, boo. Consider becoming a member too. Okay, Cappies? I love, 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 love you. Alrighty. Aquarius, what's up, Aquarius? Let's discuss this, okay? Because you got some ish. And I don't mean like ew, ish, gross. I mean like shit, right? So when Mars in Scorpio is going through your 10th house, here's the tea. Here's the secret. Don't shit where you eat is a warning for some of you. For others of you, this is like a high sexual libido. The sexual energy of this house is really whether others may not know it. You may have a high sexual libido during this time. People might see you as all work and no play, but like you can get down to play. And when you do, your sexual energy is very ambitious, determined, and supportive of all partners. You may love to be a leader, but you might also not mind someone bossing you around in the bedroom too. So just remember to balance work and play because when you have Scorpio and Mars in the 10th house, this is your public reputation and your careers here. And now you might just be a little bit more playful when it comes to some of that here with Mars in Scorpio in the 10th house here. It's kind of like I'm getting the vibe of like, yeah, when you go out to happy hours and whatever, and you say certain things like, yeah, actually this actually, or this hooked up, or this happened. And it's kind of like fun energy here overall, and people like almost maybe misjudged you, Aquarius, and it's like, yeah, like no, I actually am having lots of fun with this here, okay? So just be mindful of oversharing during this time, but I would also say like this is when it comes to your career, that's like your sexual energies, right? Or your relationships. You might meet somebody if you are single through your career, your public reputation, what you do, in the public eye, your day to day, getting out there. Someone could also be making a pass at you at work. So I would also be mindful of like any sexual harassment here that could go on specifically, especially with power struggles and dynamics starting off right the bat. As I'm recording this on this day, you'll have to let me know 3 days before, 3 days after if this played out for you during this time of this week. Okay. But Mars and Scorpio in the 10th house here, there could also be some secret deals, negotiations. Some of you are going to really take some action on your career goals here. This could also be a glow up of getting a lot of stuff done at work here. It is a work house, it is a money house. So you might be taking action on how to make more money, how to move forward with new money making ideas here. And Scorpio really wants to support you. Scorpio does well in this house. Mars does well in this house. This is the Capricorn house. So take action, move forward, excuse me, on these certain things. So relationships that you could be meeting at work, but then also taking lots of actions on your goals too, relationally, sexually, emotionally, physically, financially. There's just a lot going on here. And I feel like balance out that work and play, okay? Your relationships and your dating life, as well as your career life and making money, okay? Some of you might be inclined to work with gemstones during this time, which I love here overall for holistic sexuality, your sacral chakra, and to enhance desire and arousal specifically. You could be 48, or this person that could be giving you this could be 48, whatever, but you're really looking into some holistic stuff. And some of those things might help you. Gemstone jewelry, like, might actually help you kind of calm down your energy and be very intentional when it's like, working and playing and balancing all the things here during this time. Funny, I literally say that and I cut the deck and it's like working, the Emperor, and then it's like playing, Page of Cups here, okay? Aries energy, but again, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. What does Aquarius need to know? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Always let me know what resonates in the comments below, okay? Ace of Cups sideways, very interesting. You could have Scorpio in your chart because they got this, or was it Sagittarius? I don't remember. Watch all your signs, okay? I'm so sick of saying that. But watch all your signs here in your chart, holistic astrology. Ace of Cups might be an opportunity, and this is exactly that energy of like balance out that work and play because it's coming out sideways. You might miss or block a blessing of like a beautiful date night here, of a beautiful like spiritual community or like a work event or something really fun that you will love because the Ace of Cups card is love. Again, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, from those individuals. Pay attention to that here too, but you also got like lovebirds at the top of this. So if you're looking for love, if you're single, if you are with partnerships or whatever, it's kind of like you need to come out and play, come out of your house a little bit here. Yeah, Five of Swords in the reverse because there's something that's going to be very happy. Leo energy, happiness, success, joy, pleasure, whatever. And you might even be going to like certain types of spiritual circles, work circles, events, gatherings during this time too. So I love that for you. The Hierophant in the reverse. Okay. Again, spiritual circles, yoga, meditation. The Hierophant in the reverse is like not being traditional here. And maybe you don't have the most traditional job or whatever. And the Hierophant is typically a wise counsel. So you might be seeking like a wise spiritual counselor for something during this time here. Yeah. Ace of Swords, like advice, or there's a brand new beginning here, an opportunity. You're kind of like, should I take this? Should I not? Aquarius. I love this. You are on the path to success, legacy, wealth here. That is literally it for you. And I think Spirit's saying take it for whoever that is for. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like, subscribe, help the channel grow. Boo. I am always appreciative when you do. And make sure to send this to a friend or consider joining my memberships. You get content sooner rather than later. And you support your girl with this being her #1 stream of income. I love you. Now, on to the next one. On to the next one. Pisces, Pisces. Oh my goodness, Pisces. I have a Pisces moon. Pisces, how the F are y'all doing? I've been feeling it with this eclipse energy. How are you? I feel like you are feeling it too. So let me know how you're doing in the comments below. You and Virgo have been going through it. If you got both, that Mystic Maiden access, whew, sending you lots of love and a big hug, okay? Let's talk about the sexual energy here, specifically when you have Mars in the ninth house. This is sexual adventures. This could be long distance trips, travels, getaway, romance. This is exploring love and sex through those adventures and intellectual discovery. You might be naturally curious, seek truths about beliefs, passions, and connections. You may want to explore your sexual partners a little bit more, teach them what you like. You might be on a course of learning here with this, or even embracing spontaneity and allow your curiosity to be meaningful with sexual adventures. So that's the sexual energy. You might also hire a guide, a coach, a guru, a mentor, a therapist, a consultant, someone here. You may be going back to school for higher education here as well when it comes to sexual energies when we just look at Mars and Scorpio overall. Now, when Mars is going through your ninth house here, here's what you could be ending with Mars being the Lord of like cutting ending severy here. Are you ending something like, I'm not going back to higher education. I'm not going back to school. I'm ending this religious belief. I'm ending this spiritual belief. I'm cutting off this relationship with a guide, a guru, a mentor, a therapist, a healer here, a helper, someone that helps me in the world here. Are you cutting off some sort of hope, dream, wish that like did not manifest here? And you're like, yeah, I need to be done with this. I'm over it, right? Because this is also your dharma. This is your wish house. This is your higher self specifically. Are you cutting off a relationship with some sort of teacher here? Okay. Now, flip all those energies. Are you taking action with any of that here, right? Because you could be doing the same thing because Mars is also cutting, but it also is movement and action forward here, going to university, going on a long trip, like far off distant shores, lands, out of state here overall. This is something further than 4 hours from your house specifically here. Are you going to take action to plan something moving forward, travel getaway, sex getaway with partner spouses here? Are you learning certain things about yourself, your spirituality? This is also like sacred sexuality when I look at this. This is also couples retreats when I look at this, or singles retreats and learning like about relationships on a course of learning and trying to move forward to be better for oneself and others here. Okay. Pisces, let's talk about the sexual energy here, specifically when you have Mars in the ninth house. This is sexual adventures. This could be long distance trips, travels, getaway, romance. This is exploring love and sex through those adventures and intellectual discovery. You might be naturally curious, seek truths about beliefs, passions, and connections. You might also hire a guide, a coach, a guru, a mentor, a therapist, a healer here, a helper, someone that helps me in the world here. Are you cutting off some sort of hope, dream, wish that like did not manifest here? And you're like, yeah, I need to be done with this. I'm over it, right? Because this is also your dharma. This is your wish house. This is your Let's shuffle out the deck for you. Sexual self-care. That's what I got for you. Pisces. I laugh because you rule the feet. Foot fetish. Okay. 44. You could be 44. You could be opening up to someone about a foot fetish here. Someone could be talking to you about this. Or there's certain types of fetishes that you might have. And this might be a aha epiphany moment here. And it does achieve some sort of desire. And you might be practicing a little bit about this and talking to people about this specifically overall. Some of you are like reshaping your definition of sex here, or learning things with education, rethinking, debunking myths, rewriting what sex really means for you. And it's that sacred sexuality, that like spiritual sex here as well. Okay. Let's shuffle out the tarot for general messages, please. Pisces. What does Pisces need to know? Okay, you got the Two of Swords in the reverse, which we like it here. It's like you're ready for action, you're ready to move forward with something. There could have been a choice or decision that you've delayed for a little bit because maybe you felt things have been difficult, and now you're ready to actually move forward down some sort of path here specifically. King of Swords in the reverse, but this might be something that needs to be negotiated around book publishing, legal contracts, because this is also the house of like book publishing here. And this may be something that hadn't been successful in the past, but we have the Fool card. There is a brand new beginning. This could be getting delayed. Check some contracts, look at certain things in order to be successful with this, especially if you're traveling to a different school or taking some sort of course of learning or hiring on some sort of coach, guru, mentor. I just see a conversation like really needs to be had with this and map things out. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and check all the fine print when it comes to, okay, fines I'm hearing or payments due or owed, because then they might be charging interest, but it's like you have to move forward on something. Eight of Wands. Some of you might also be moving. I'm hearing traveler's insurance too. King of Cups in the reverse. Otherwise, you're going to be sad, Pisces, that you didn't do this sooner. So I would just be very mindful of this, be very intentional about this, and move forward. Yeah, Seven of Cups. If you're confused, I feel like you should hire a lawyer with some sort of legal contract here. Nine of Wands, especially if you were hurt in some sort of situation specifically overall, and you're kind of needing some help with this resilience to maintain more balance. Sagittarius energy, and that is the ninth house here. So you're showing up as balanced. Things will turn around in your favor, is what I feel like telling you based off this read. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like, subscribe, hype, help the channel grow. Always appreciate it when you do. Okay, let's get into Aries. Okay, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. When you got Mars and Scorpio in the eighth house, you have a soul deep sexual connection and energy here. So you might have a knack for connecting with people on an emotional level or partners. You might be pulled towards relationships that um, really share experiences with you, transform your sex life, and you want to explore your partner's intimacy maybe a little bit more on a soul level. There could also be some trust issues. Be honest about this, okay? This is the house of secrets here. This is the house of things that could come to light specifically here, and this could come to light from other people or partnerships with the sun in Libra here into your life. So this could be other people's secrets, with this being the house of like others here, and mysteries, secrets as well. So be careful with that. Be mindful of that. Pluto's ultra retrograde, which is Scorpio's chart ruler specifically. And where is that? That's in your 11th house of communities, groups of people here. So, and with relationships in the sun in Libra, I would not be surprised if you're hearing about a lot of sex secrets, a lot of sex scandals, a lot of sexual affairs, a lot of sex mysteries, or learning about sexuality within oneself and other people during this time, even their fears or how they may self sabotage or their worries, or kind of learning about sexuality as a whole here. Okay, now when it comes to other parts of the eighth house, this is like the stuff that I said at the beginning. This is like the house of death. This is other people's money, taxes, occult wisdom, knowledge, inheritance, money owed to you, money you get back from things that are kind of hidden and away from you. So you could be receiving this Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign here over the next 6 weeks. So just pay attention to any money secrets coming out here. You know, a hidden investment fund, a hidden trust for you, a hidden money that people didn't tell you about here, that now you might might be moving forward on. This might also be like, wow, I was actually in someone's will here, and they kept their word to me and made sure I was in it. So you might be getting some sort of money or legal compensation. There is something about that here, okay? Let's shuffle out the sexual self-care deck. Aries, please. What do they need to know? Erogenous zones, but it's in the reverse. Someone's holding back a secret of like what turns them on, what doesn't turn them on, because they're actually afraid and shamed of actually telling you this and fearful of telling you this. Some of you, it would be good to play around with this, do body mapping exercises, or even with a partner here. And I feel like that's also in the reverse here. So you and your partners or connections, your sexual relationships, need to have some conversations here about sensuality too, Aries, okay? That is the sexual self-care deck. Your energy is kind of all over the place and you might kind of be stuck in your head with this. So just be mindful of that. Breathe. Let's shuffle out. Yes, there needs to be some conversations. Breathe. Okay. Ace of Swords. There could be some new opportunities. Shuffling it out. Aries, please. What do they need to know with Mars and Scorpio? Whoo, there's some healing connections here. The star card overall. This could be like a glow up energy. You have some sort of hidden talent with the eighth house energy, 17 breaking down to an eighth. Eighth house is all of that healing, occult wisdom, knowledge, mystery, things that are kind of like dark at night or whatever, or the underworld hidden within the psyche. And it's like, wow, this takes off here. Some of you might be really well known as a healer or in the public eye in some sort of way, but this is also you stepping in some sort of soul purpose or destiny. I could be talking to an eighth house or two, or you might have a lot of witchy placements or Scorpio placements as well. Nine of Swords. Okay, be mindful of anxiety and stress with this. You were meant to do this. Whoever needs to hear this, the secret that you're like, am I this? Am I that? You're meant to be that. You're meant to do that. You're meant to whatever with that. Some of you, this is also like keeping your sexuality a secret from some people too, and you're coming out here because I forgot to say that with eighth house, or even to a lover, even to family, because half the deck fell here. Okay. Could be a Gemini or people that you love specifically, and you could have thought about this since Gemini season here. And Nine of Pentacles. By holding yourself back, you may not be getting your wish fulfillment here. You're never going to know if you don't put yourself out there with whatever these energies are specifically. Five of Wands. It will be good. You will be supportive, and there will be no chaos or drama according to these cards here. Okay. So, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like, subscribe to the channel, yo. Consider to be a member too. I would appreciate it if you support your girl with all these things too. I love you, Aries. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let's take a sip here, okay? Mars and Scorpio is in your sibling sign here overall in your seventh house. With the sexual energies, this is sexual attraction when it comes to astrology within this house. So you might actually naturally attract a lot of people into your life during this time, relationships who energize, challenge, or stimulate you. You might want someone that matches like your zest, your thirst for life, and your energy, but you need to practice diplomacy to avoid unnecessary power struggles or conflicts. Be careful of cutting ties too fast with people because that is the shadow side of when Mars is in the eighth house here, or the eighth house, nice. The seventh house is like cutting people off too quickly, divorce, breaking up with you, calling off the marriage, calling off this friendship, doing that. And Scorpio can be very impulsive, is what I will say, and erratic sometimes with decisions. Sometimes they can, if you know, like that stinger comes out when they've had enough. So that's something to really be mindful of to not do that. Don't cut things off so quickly here, Taurus, okay? With this seventh house, you might be moving forward and starting some sort of new relationship, some sort of decision, someone to help you with your marriage, your commitments, your businesses, your legal contracts, partnerships, negotiations, agreements. This is also a relational house, so I always see this as a house of relationships, therapists, and guides and gurus, mentors too. Really an expert in this area that can really be there for you on an emotional level with like Lilith here, the darker energies, the moon in Scorpio at its fall, and Mars in Scorpio, like saying, hey, I can't do this anymore. I need to maybe get some support on my client, my audience, my marketplace, my business partnerships, my agreements, working on my marriage, working on my relationships with others, and taking some action with this. You could get a lot done when it comes to those of you that have your own business with productivity over the next 6 weeks and really expanding and growing certain things while also potentially cutting things off for your own business that just don't align and serve you anymore. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Okay. So let me shuffle this out for the sexual self-care card and see what's coming up for you, boo. Consent here overall. I love that. Consent can change. It's not a one-time thing. Learning and listening, body expressions, and facial cues. The 24th could be an important date, or the 6th here, or I could be talking to a sixth houser. But it's like that's important in all relationships, and you are sitting in this relationship house here. So I feel like you're going to kind of learn boundaries when it comes to other people here, finances, people you hire on for certain things overall, and also what's okay and what's not okay within that relationship and how you like do business or how you interact with other professionals during this time. Let's shuffle out the tarot for what Taurus needs to know for Mars and Scorpio. Whoa, you got two. Wow. So you got the Knight of Wands in the reverse and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. I feel like a lot of you might be feeling very aggressive and very impulsive here. So I would be careful. Like I said, don't be pointing the finger at other people too quickly and running away too quickly and being reckless too quickly or running away. This is reacting to situations versus responding. And that was your warning in the overall sexual energy. And Six of Cups, this could be to children, past friendships, family members, loved ones in the reverse. I feel like right now, Spirit's really asking you to hold space and to heal anything from the past in this relational house specifically. Five of Wands in the reverse, like maybe it's felt chaotic, but you will be coming out of this overall. Yeah, starting some new things. The Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy, but that's manifesting brand new beginnings in these relationships and trying to learn or do something new here. Yeah, with the King of Swords in the upright, reading, studying, learning, being very intellectual, being very mindful of your thoughts and your words here. And be careful. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse about not acting out of your higher self here, because that's what Seven of Pentacles really can mean. It's like an energy. Of course, it can be money, but it can also be like acting out of yeah, fallen self here, the Empress in the reverse, like the shadow sides, the dark sides of you, Taurus, that you don't like to see because this is a Taurus card here. And some of you might be healing certain things with a parent or a child here because this Empress in this card is pregnant and it's in the reverse overall. And Ten of Wands, closing up some sort of cycle to get back on track with people, partnerships, Two of Cups, relationships in your life. So, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like, hype, help the channel grow, do everything to subscribe if you are new, and make sure to check out the membership so that way you get my content sooner and you support me in this reading too. I love you, Taurus. Okay, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. I need to take a sip for you, Chatty Cathy's. Okay, Geminis, let's talk about the sexual energy first. This is sexual routines when Mars goes through your sixth house of people. It can be monotonous. It could be like same old sex, but you might also find satisfaction in having a routine and having structured intimacy and pleasure and sexual self-care. You could really be working on certain types of like turn-ons or having that routine is a big turn-on for you. Just be careful to not overwork and underplay. Balance is key and prioritize nurturing your self-care routines, relaxation, physical and emotional wellness when this is happening in your sixth house. Now, for the overall energy, aside from the sexual energy, but be mindful of sexual routines, nourishing yourself here too. And for a lot of you, when Mars is in your sixth house, this is taking action at work, your day-to-day health routines, coworkers, this is colleagues here as well, getting stuff done. This is also a pet. Maybe this is a decision to move forward with getting a pet. Maybe this is a decision to move forward with a new workout routine. Maybe this is a decision to move forward with something new in your physical health, or maybe you're getting checked up for certain things, STDs, STIs, just with this being the house of health here overall. Scorpio ruling sexual genitals here. I would be very mindful of that in hookups, especially if there's hooking up with any colleagues from work here overall. Okay. But a lot of you are going to be able to get a lot of stuff done in the next 6 weeks, and maybe you're kind of restarting a brand new routine here overall. I would say really balance your physical health and your mental health in this state, with just with the moon right off the bat, landing in the sixth house specifically early on was when this starts overall. So pay attention to that here. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let's see what the sexual self-care cards say for you. Ooh, you got two. Surprise, surprise. Okay. So intimacy is showing up and partnered masturbatione is what we're going to call it. Okay. So some of you need to be working on the different types of intimacy. It's not just physical, it's not just sexual. And yes, those two are different. And creating some new patterns because 53 breaks down to an 8. Eights is about patterns. Planning kinds and putting things on the calendar here. Yeah, maybe even being more emotionally intimate too. And some of you might be exploring and understanding sexual intimacy or side by side partnerships with poisturation, is what we'll call it, and learning here overall. Receptivity is what I'm hearing too. Sex Talks talking about this as well. And planning some date nights would be very good for you during this time. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. And then we'll get some tarot for you and see what you can expect with this. So you might be like, all right, when I'm at work and I'm out and I'm clocking out and I'm at my home routine or I'm seeing my friend or whatever, the person I'm dating, my lover, my partner, my spouse, partners, whatever. Okay. Just Geminis need to know during this transit. Okay. Five of Cups here. So I mentioned something about be mindful of your physical and mental health here. This could be some sort of news that you're actually disappointed about or upset about. This Five of Cups is like a party. Maybe you're going to a party with friends or on the beach. But again, this is one of those secrets that could be revealed, maybe even about a coworker or a colleague or within the workplace. Careful of workplace gossip during this time, as well as your mental health is definitely potentially influencing your sexual health and your day-to-day work routines and physical health. So again, you probably need to check up on some things, Gemini. Yeah, it's okay. Things will be successful. There will be something good that comes out of this, but you're almost like stuck in your head, potentially worried. So I would say move forward with this. Yeah, and understand what's actually the truth of the situation. There will be good news about this, like a clean bill of health here overall, but you're kind of building up this anxiety, Nine of Swords in your head. And I mentioned something about sleeping here. So take extra care of your sleep routines and you'll get some sort of wish fulfillment too. And this is feeling good within your body, mind, soul, spirit. And you might even be adding meditation into your routines here a little bit more, getting out into nature during this time and filling up your cup and just kind of trusting. If I take, some time every single day to meditate, to go to the beach, to get nature, to do what I can, this will be good for me. Okay. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like, subscribe, hype, do all the things. Consider becoming a member too. I would appreciate it when you do. You get the videos sooner here, okay? Alrighty, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. I'm a Cancer sun. We got Mars and Scorpio going through our fifth house here. So let's talk about the sexual energy of this. This is like easy peasy romance, baby. This is like a lot of romance, dating, hookups. This is a lot of sexual energy. You are very energetic and fun and maybe even playful during this time in love and sex and intimacy pleasure. Romance is easily flowing to you right now. If you are single, is a good time for dating. So make sure you're having some fun, doing creative outings or being adventurous, putting yourself out there. Be mindful though, it's not about chasing the thrills. It's also about connecting deeply. When you have a lot of energy in the fifth house, it's like going through people, like running through people, right? Like running through the Rolodex. If you know, you know, and you remember those things back in the day. So I would just be careful of that. If you are in a relationship or a committed partnership, marriage here overhaul, fifth house is like, let's take some time to like, replenish our cup, date each other again, love each other again. Fifth house is also going out to, local casinos here. There could be something where it's like, hey, you pull a lottery ticket and boom, you get like some sort of money specifically. It's also the house of creativity. So this is like maybe passion projects, moving forward on certain things, or maybe even like releasing certain passion projects that you want to get rid of certain art or creative projects or things out of your home here overall. You might be selling something as well. And this is also the house of the entrepreneur. You might be taking action on opening up your new business or something of that sort moving forward here. I really like it. Fifth house is also pregnancy. You could be getting pregnant under this transit. So congratulations for those of you that are. And for those of you that don't want to, be mindful of that. Okay. Let's jump on the sexual self-care next. So make sure you're using like Oh, what's the word? Birth control, protection here. We got water. Stay hydrated during this time. This can lead to bigger O's, increases natural lubrication. So there's something about that for you. A lot of you are really learning about having good positive self-talk in the mirror, or having a sex talk in the mirror and talking about things that might worry you or you might be anxious about, like on dates or in romance during this time. So be mindful of that. Yeah, focus on positive self-talk specifically here overall and get grounded and practice mindfulness as well. I really like that for you, Cancers. And plan more pleasure here. Yes, more joy, more fun, getting out there, doing fun date nights as well, reconnecting with your partner, partners, or spouse here too. Or for those of you that are single, put yourself out there, boo. Okay. Let's shuffle out the tarot. Mars and Cancer. Mars and Cancer, nice. Maybe you have Mars and Cancer. Mars and Scorpio for Cancers. What do Cancers need to know, please? Magician card. You're manifesting something new. It came out sideways, so it's almost in the upright here. This is putting your plans into action, moving things in motion, using all the tools in your toolbox here. You could also be manifesting some sort of opportunities for money, for new creativity, for new ways of communicating or ideas and planning and putting them out there, or new connections here. Because the Magician card is all the aces in one card here. And you see this person, they might be doing money ritual spells, learning certain things here overall with the magician. And really, this cat is like perched up and it's like, I trust. And so you might be kind of like in God and Goddess, I trust, or whatever here. Red roses could be significant to you, but I really see you doing some money spells, rituals, or maybe you need to get some of that stuff done or use some certain things. Come to my money and astrology manifestation workshop, Cancers, for the astrology. I feel like you might like that. Yeah, something wants to take off here specifically. An 8-8, you're going to move forward into some sort of success. You could be born in 88, you could be seeing 88, 886 could be a very significant number for you, but something's about to pop off for you, which I really love, Cancers. So make sure to take things one step at a time. Don't self-sabotage your money, your path and your career. I'm just seeing no, 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 don't do that here. Yeah, otherwise you're gonna hate what it is that you're doing and what you're working on or working in corporate or some sort of setting. And I feel like you need to release it. Yeah. And actually call in groups of people that you want to be around, or new groups or clientele or audience or new customers. Okay. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like and subscribe to the channel. Consider joining too. You get the content sooner here. And I love it when you do. And when you support me too, I'm going to give more back to my members on this channel too. Love you, Cancers. Leos, excuse me, I need to take a sip. Okay. Leo babies, you are doing this in your fourth house. Maybe you're excited for Christmas. Okay. Is that your favorite holiday? Maybe. But let's talk about the sexual energy. When Mars is going through your fourth house, this is intimate connections, and you might have a desire for that, for your intimate connections through home and family, meaning partners must understand your roots. They must understand where you come from. And safety is important, not only in introducing maybe someone to your family, but also vice versa. So you want to have emotional safety, creating a happy home and environment that strengthens partnerships and avoiding unresolved family tension that could affect your intellectual or your intimate relationships. So that's important to be very mindful of and aware of when it comes to sexual energies. And again, this is also like inner child, younger child here too. You could also be getting pregnant or hearing news that someone in your family is also pregnant here as well. So pay attention to that. Like this is house of like home and family, or a family member could be doing this, and this is also the house of pregnancy, so there could be that for some of you overall. With the fourth house, this is also maybe taking action on, are you leaving a house? Are you moving out? Are you moving forward? Are kids moving out? Are kids taking action to move away from you? Are you moving forward with some sort of family goal or changing something with family generational patterns here overall? How are you rising to the occasion for things to change? Is a roommate moving out here overall, right? Or is someone even moving in with you under this transit here specifically, and like taking action? This is movement, 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 movement. Are you moving into a new home here as well, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising? Are you rearranging your home? Are you decluttering your home? Are you getting rid of your home? Are you kind of being a homebody at this time, like with partner, spouses here? And it's kind of like more sex from the home, right? So Let's shuffle this out, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. See what's going on for you. Sleep. Some of you might be sleeping a lot at home. That would make sense. Then that checks out with Mars going through this. You might be a little bit tired. This card says you might be lacking sleep or in a sleep debt. Some of you need to get on a sleep schedule. You might be feeling exhaustion, fatigue, irritability, low energy, sleep disruption with partners. And maybe that's why you like necessarily may not be having a lot of sex right now because of that overall. And it might be crabby here a little bit, or someone might be kind of crabby or just tired. Um, so yeah, and maybe it's because it's like you're pregnant and then you don't want to have sex because you're tired, right? Or like you're on bed rest. So that's maybe coming up for some of you. I don't know. I would also just be mindful of injuries in the home with Mars as well. So just pay attention to that. What else do Leos need to know, please, Spirit? Leos, most important card. Okay. So you got the Page of Cups, but you got it in the reverse. And this is Cancer's house, originally fourth house energy. And this is Cancer's card in regards of the pages, I'm pretty sure. If not, I mean, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right? This is like you might feel like you have some inner child wounding patterns from family generational trauma growing up or issues or the darker parts that people don't necessarily like to see because it is that bottom half of the houses here. It's the darker, fourth houses can be some of the darker energies when it comes to your roots here. And I feel like you're trying to create some sort of changes here, but maybe you haven't felt listened to, Leo, overall. Or maybe there's some changes with children in your home, or there could be some drama here specifically. Yeah, the moon card, Pisces here, overall in the reverse. Disillusionment. This could also be like lying, manipulation, and coercion here. You could have Pisces in your chart. Your child could be a Pisces, or it's just about the energy of seeing the dark shadow here of the moon here, but that's also what Cancer is ruled by and kind of figuring some things out here, okay? There's a pattern that's been in your family generation for years, and it's really hurt you and a lot of people, and you've almost had to be very resilient. You've had to be the strong one, is what I'm hearing, and it's almost like you feel frustrated and you're trying to close up this cycle of not holding on to other people's burdens or responsibilities anymore. King of Wands, this could be Leo on Leo action here. Maybe you moved away from individuals within your family because you needed to heal. Okay. The star card energy overall to feel more balanced and to step into some sort of purpose or destiny. And it's kind of like that energy when family members do think you should and shouldn't be with someone relationally, sexually, or in certain jobs, careers, positions. That's what it's kind of showing me here. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like this video, do all the things, hype it. I would appreciate it when you do. Definitely consider becoming a member of the channel too. Love you, Leos. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising sign here. Okay. You got Mars in the third house. Let's go over the sexual energy. This is the intellectual seducer. You might be quick-witted during this time, love to seduce people with your mind. Your sexual communication brings sharp opinions. You might try to figure out how to seduce people as well. So choose mindful communication to strengthen trust and connection. Just be careful not to play people in sex here overall, not to make any promises that you can't keep here because, this third house energy is this house of like talk, and sometimes it can be no action. So I would not be surprised, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, if you hear about people's relationships in local neighborhoods, communities that are kind of like, yep, I ghosted them, or yep, I cut them off here, or yep, like this secret was now exposed and now it's the talk of the town or the neighborhood with Mars and Scorpio here. This could also be where someone could share some sort of secret in a local neighborhood community or some sort of secret with you specifically when it does come to relationships and maybe even people cutting people off or ghosting or those unhealthy dynamics even on social media. So I would be mindful of that with sexual and relational energies. Now, for those of you with Mars in the third house here, this is also your local neighborhoods, your friends, your communities, aunts, uncles, nieces, siblings, cousins, nephews here. You may be hearing news or information from them in regards to this as well, and secrets to be exposed overall. This could also be on social media or technology. You could work on social media or technology and kind of really take a lot of action on this over the next 6 weeks and move forward very quickly and getting a lot done because Mars likes fast action, fast decisions, go energy. Like it's go time and it's grow time is what I'm hearing. So a social media platform might kind of take off here for you with This being the house that's originally ruled by Mercury, there could be some sort of like money opportunity with Mercury in your second house here, that you maybe hear on social media or platforms or your local neighborhood or communities, and people that might want to talk to you about this as well. So I would just say pay attention to technology during this time here. You might also move forward and take action on enrolling in a course of learning here as well, or doing a lot of posts, social media, writing, blogging, those types of things here, maybe even podcasting as well. So this is a transit to really get a lot done here. You could also meet somebody out in the local neighborhood, community bar, restaurant, whatever, if you are open to dating and single here. So let's shuffle this energy out. Most important message for Virgos. You've got the O's card, okay? There's different kinds. You might be learning about this. Some of you have never had one, or this might be a new experience with someone out there too, which I love if that is for you. So, again, this might be like hook up with someone out in the community with Mars and Scorpio in the third house. That would check out, right? Um, let's shuffle out the tarot and see what's in store for my Virgos, okay? Virgos, please. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Wow, you got two. The Magician card, interesting, and Five of Swords. This is Gemini Virgo energy, and Mars and Scorpio is literally in your Gemini third house here overall. I feel like there's something that you're manifesting that other people don't actually like, that they gossip about, that they get triggered by, that they cry over spilled milk on. And it's almost like you can do this too, or like, don't care, or I don't give a fuck energy. And someone's almost claiming that you're the villain in their story and they're claiming victim here. A lot of you are just be careful about gossip during this time and not engaging in it, because Mars in the third house in Scorpio, and Gemini Virgo here. This is also warning for a lot of you not to engage in gossip during this time. Don't do it. I feel like it's going to potentially make you feel bad about certain things or ruin some sort of manifestation for you. Yeah, especially if you are your own business owner. You got people maybe attacking you online here as well. I would say laugh at those trolls here, but you might get some hidden haters that expose themselves with this too. Aries, Gemini, Virgo energy here, but Ten of Pentacles. It's because they're mad at your success. They're mad that you're winning. They're mad at your abundance. They're mad at your money. They're mad at these things, and they're unbalanced. And it's almost like they need to like get grounded, take a deep breath before they even react to certain situations that they don't know ish about. Okay. And you're getting this success. Very beautiful, very wonderful. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know how this resonates for you in the comments below. Like, subscribe to the channel, yo, help it grow, and consider becoming a member too. And support your girl with her business and the channel and everything like that too. Okay, boo? Alrighty, last but not least, Libra rising. Let's talk about you, boo. With the sexual energies of Mars and Scorpio in your second house, let's discuss what this means for you. Its pleasure is passion. It's a very sensual house here. It's also a very material house about your money, but also your items, your values, and your self-esteem and possessions. So your pleasure is rooted in security and passion. Your physical desires linked to material stability and value. You may also love to spend money on partners, intimate relationships, or sexual items, and be mindful of any impulsive spending on partners here. I would also say don't value certain people in your life based on how much is in their pocket or their wallet or their checkbook, right? Their checkbook's even a thing anymore, whatever. So that's kind of the sexual energies of when Mars and Scorpio is going through your second house here. This could also be letting go of some sort of way, idea of making money here, with this being a money house connected to your career here. You're cutting something off, you're ending something, and you are severing here, okay? I'm pretty sure this showed up for you, Libras, when it came to the North and South Node previously with the eclipse energy. If you didn't watch that, go back and watch that reading, or I think it might have been another air sign. So if it's not you, it might be one of the other two. But this could also be letting go and selling material items, possessions, values here overall in order to make some more money, with Mars being cutting, ending, and severing here. Are you cutting off this idea that you need to be with somebody for how much money they make here in regards of self-esteem, self-worth, love, value? Are you cutting off an idea of, wow, people who make a lot of money here are like more valuable than ones that actually don't? Which that's not always the case and true here, okay? With Mars in the second house, you might also be taking action on a new way of making money. So it can be also ending, but it can be also like, what's this new idea that wants to come to light here? How do you want to take action on something that you might actually love doing here? And what is the game plan with this? I feel like you need to have a plan. I feel like you need to take some steps moving forward on making more money. And in the next 6 weeks, if you use these energies, it looks like it's going to pay off here. Some of you, if you're parents, this could also look like you're cutting off, your children, giving them money or something like that here. For those of you that don't have your own business and this is how you make money and you work for someone else, this is like, yep, we had to cut the budget for this. There could be budget cuts here overall that you could also be hearing about. And this could be a part of the shadowy energy and secret that does get exposed. Or someone could be telling you about this here, right? About how money is really hard and they've had to cut certain things out of their life or their job got cut, right? There could be something about that here specifically. This could also be moving forward and maybe even valuing yourself and your worth and how much you really deserve to be making during this time when it comes to your value with things. Let's shuffle out the sexual self-care card, see what comes up for you, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Mental health here, very interesting. This card is going to therapy, anxiety, burnout, depression, stress, or other symptoms, influences sexual health. So maybe some of you are called to go to therapy. Maybe you're breaking up with a therapist. Maybe you need to be working on your burnout, and really exploring how that's influencing your sexual health and your sensuality with this going into your second house. You might be inclined to work with a sexual wellness coach or a therapist here to even like pump up libido again, because aphrodisiacs is coming up for you too here. So it could be good for you to be mindful of during your season here, Libra. Let's shuffle this out. Overall, Mars and Scorpio energy for Libras. Two of Wands in the reverse. Some of you are really stuck in the past and not letting go of some sort of choice or decision that you made here. And it's almost like drop it, right? And move on to this new choice in the upright. So there's something that is being held back during this time here. Yeah, the Emperor. This is about your career, your money, your work, taking action on a new way of making money, or maybe even asking your boss for a raise or a promotion here. And you're not being assertive in what you want. And you might be resting on your laurels here. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and then being upset, Five of Swords here overall, potentially Libra. And people maybe even talking about you, gossiping about you. How are you making money? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? Well, like I said, there's some sort of strategy and planning that could be good and come into place with this here too. And also being mindful of how much you value yourself with what you're creating. And Ace of Wands in the reverse, I feel like you're creating a lot and maybe burnt out, not receiving as much as you deserve during this time. The Fool card in the reverse. This needs to be a brand new beginning here. It's almost like, all right, maybe there was someone that you trusted who would make you money, whatever, but spiritual purgatory, you haven't like confronted this or confronted any money blockages with this of how to move forward with these things. And I feel like you need to like slow down, ground your energy, and really reflect on what it is that you do want and not what it is that you don't want, with Eight of Wands in the reverse, scattered energy, feeling like you're all up in your head and unsure. So, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. A lot of messages that I'm channeling here during this time. Let me know how this resonates with you in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe, hype, do all things. Consider becoming a member too. I would love it if you do. This is really asking you to take action on lots of different things here. So here's the outro. Shameless Squad, thank you all for joining me with the astrology of sexual energy horoscopes, as well as just a general astrology of how this is playing out for you. I would love to receive comments from all of you. As many views as I get, I want to receive that many comments overall of like, how is this playing out for you? What is coming to fruition with you? How are you putting the pieces of astrology together in your life? I want to know. I'd love to know. How are you using these energies? And does it resonate with you? Did you check your sun, your moon, your rising? Did you look for inner, outer planets? Did you look for Mercury, Mars, and Venus? Because those could all resonate with you. Just depends on your chart and what you're kind of going through during this time. Again, this is a general read too. It's not a one-to-one read. So there's always those things to be mindful of as well. Shameless Squad. But I feel like with this Mars and Scorpio, we're getting leveled up. We're getting boosted. We're getting our powerful reset. And so now I feel like is the time to like kind of charge up and move forward with the things that you do want in life and take advantage of this energy. Use this transit, use this astrology with this houses or the energy of how this is showing up for you. You know, if your house cusp goes over, if you've got two signs that take over one house here, then definitely watch for all the signs. Um, for me being Capricorn rising, I'm literally like, yeah, going back and forth of like, where do I cut out certain things in, you know, my communities, my friends, my hopes, my dreams, my wishes, and where do I actually move forward with certain things in my career because I have that cuspy kind of energy of Aquarius in my first house too, with the 10th and the 11th here overall. So, Shameless Squad, you will have to let me know how this is resonating for you in the comments below. Like, help your girl out, help the channel grow, share, do all the things means more to me than you could ever know, okay? I love all of you. Stay tuned for more and stay shameless.